I'm your host, Van Allen. Welcome to Member Spotlight, where we get an opportunity to look at some of the organization's most successful and brightest entrepreneurs. And man, today we've got a good one. We've got Dr. Eddie Connors. How you doing, Eddie?
Wonderful, wonderful. How about yourself?
Excellent, excellent. Now, Dr. Connor, this is an interview I've been looking forward to doing because I'm a fan of your work.
Appreciate it, man.
Doing a lot of positive things that we're going to get an opportunity to share with the audience. But before we get started, I want to kind of quickly share your extensive resume to give people a little idea of what you're all about. Okay. Dr. Eddie Connor is a best-selling author, international speaker, college professor, radio TV correspondent, and conference host of Vision Summit. He is a survivor of stage 4 cancer and empowers people to overcome obstacles. Dr. Connor serves as the president of the National Entrepreneur Association Michigan chapter. As an author of 11 books, Dr. Connor has been featured on BET, CBS, Ebony, Fox News, Jet, Lifetime, NBC, PBS, TCT, The Steve Harvey Show, The Tom Joyner Show, The Word Network, The Huffington Post, and USA Today. He is also the founder of Dr. Eddie's Relationship Academy. Wow, that's quite an extensive resume, Dr. Eddie.
I appreciate it. Yeah, just staying busy and walking in purpose. That's the main ingredient.
Excellent, excellent. Now, like I said before, you're doing a lot of positive things, and I know you came on as the NEA Michigan chapter president in September of last year, actually. So, what's it been like being president of NEA and being able to, work with entrepreneurs?
I would say just the opportunity to serve, number one, is a blessing, especially to see the vision of Dr. Zelania Allen really come to fruition and come to life. I just happened to go to one of the conferences in 2019. And as I came to the conference, I just felt at home. She had a welcoming spirit, and just the conference was, in many cases, had a personal touch to it, helping to develop entrepreneurs and business owners. And so just stayed connected, came to a few events, spoke at a couple of events as well. And she happened just to offer me the opportunity to serve in that capacity. And I think it's been a wonderful blessing to network with so many individuals, authors, leaders, speakers, entrepreneurs, who just have a vision to perfect their lives, but also enhance the lives of others as well as their community. So it's been nothing but an incredible blessing, and servant leadership is where my heart is at. And this is a great place to be able to do those things and serve.
Yeah, excellent. Excellent. And I remember when I first had an opportunity to hear you speak at one of our events, and right away I could pick up on that leadership quality, because I'm one of these people. I really critique speakers hard because I enjoy public speaking myself. And, you're quite a talented speaker. So that caught my attention. And since then, I've been a fan of your work. And I see where you've written a lot of books. But before we get to that, one of the things that I think is very powerful and is going to be very impactful to the organization is that you're interested in a young entrepreneur initiative. Why do you think that's important to focus on young entrepreneurs and millennials in this environment?
I think it's very important. We're seeing a changing of the guard, so to speak, not just on the political aspect, but also in our communities. And there's a number of millennials who are rising up who are saying, I'm not just waiting for the baton to be passed, but I really have intangibles. I have tools. I have the learning and the burning, so to speak. I've got the knowledge in the community, but I've also got the book smarts too. And I'm ready to roll up my sleeves. And I think just having that whole aspect of ingratiating more millennials and young people into the National Entrepreneurs Association is so key and important, because I think life teaches you in two ways. One is mistakes and one is mentors. Yeah. And so to have mentors who are already seasoned in the NEA, who can now pass on rich wisdom and information, and even have blazed that trail, so to speak, for new millennials and fresh leadership to arise. I think it's a great way even to create a bridge between generations. So many times we have walls, but I think we need to build bridges. And
Yeah.
so being able to build a bridge and intergenerational transfer of not just solely wealth, but also wisdom, and let us know that we have more in common than we do our differences. Differences are not deficiencies, but it's an opportunity to be determined and work together.
Excellent, excellent. I think that's going to be very transformational for the organization, a very powerful piece. Now, I want to move on to your books. You've written like what, 10 or 12 books? The last
you just said that you're right. You didn't even know it was 12. I'm getting ready to release my 12th book in a few weeks. Who knew you had a prophetic gift on you?
It's hard to keep up because I remember last year we were talking about a particular book, America, I Can't Breathe.
That's
and
right.
I like how you did the play on the word America. And that talked about race relations, during this turbulent time in America. But since that time, a book that really caught my attention is called Relationship Rules. Now, is that book actually out?
It's coming out in the next few weeks. Relationship Rules. It'll be available dreddieacademy.com/book. But the fact of the matter is that book is all about how to win at love, leadership, and leveraging your purpose. I think the rules have changed, especially in this pandemic now. Now it's how do you create a relationship, date, much less marry somebody in a pandemic where everybody's got to wear a mask. And I think the question that has arisen now is, can you touch somebody without touching somebody? Can you be there without being there?
Right.
In the midst of all that is going on. And so the inner love and development of self, I think, is a really key ingredient in some of the things that I express in the book.
Right. And, that's very powerful. And that was one of my questions is, why did you decide to do it at this particular time during the pandemic?
Yeah.
It's hard, it's challenging to really get out there and date if you're single. I mean, you have so many obstacles to deal with. It's kind of hard to approach people with a mask on.
Totally.
Totally. So I think this book is very timely and poignant. So who would you say is your audience? Would your audience be, single people looking to get in relationships, or people already in relationships looking to sustain long-term relationships?
Yes, single, married, divorced, or even if you're on Facebook and say it's complicated.
Yeah.
All the above. The situation, right? We talk about that in the book. People who are in relation slips and situationships.
Or as Jada would say, an entanglement.
Entanglement.
Yeah.
You totally right on. You hitting the nail on the hammer with the head. I think you're with that whole aspect, as you mentioned, it's hard to approach somebody wearing a mask on these days. I want to even say, the caveat is, even pre-COVID-19, we were always wearing a mask.
Oh, okay.
Because our mask was our filter. Our mask was what we paraded with. Maybe it was somebody's body. Maybe it was somebody's money. It was how we had a filter beyond just Instagram. It was the perception of what it is that we were, but we didn't tap into our relatability and our authenticity. And so this is that book that really takes off the mask inside. And even especially to our brothers, a lot of times masculinity, the prefix of it, if you're talking about the pronunciation, masculinity is mask. Oftentimes masculinity becomes a mask.
Right.
To where we hide behind our muscles, our Mercedes, a phone book full of ladies, so to speak. But we have not necessarily tapped into the whole aspect of maturity and development from the inside out. And so I touch on some of those ingredients that are in the book.
Now, one of the things that, I found is important because I actually enjoy myself talking about relationships. I remember some years ago, I was doing some work with Comcast. I did a TV show, and I found that the relationship shows were probably like our most popular, that we get the most response with. The thing that's important for people to understand there, I believe that there are two set of skills. That one of the sets is being able to get in, and I want you to comment on this. Being able to get in relationships is one skill, but then being able to sustain a relationship is another, because I know people who can get in relationships all day long, but they can't keep them. So,
Right. That's right. That's right.
yeah, absolutely. And incidentally, I want to mention too that you
Yeah.
have a website called Relationship Academy, in which you actually interact with some of your clients. So, but what's your
Right.
opinion on that, about having the two different skill sets, and how do you address that?
Yeah, sometimes your heart can take you where your mind can't keep you. And a lot of times people are getting into relation slips, or relationships, so
Yeah.
to speak, in a time of they're reaching out of weakness versus strength. And so many times people are rebounding from relationship to relationship. I talk about healthy boundaries. You've got to have healthy boundaries for yourself. Boundaries are not walls, boundaries are bridges. And so many times people going into relationships for somebody to love them, when in many cases, the number one thing should not just be love or communication. It ought to be respect. I think one of the love is the thread, but purpose is the glue. And I always say, you can't expect a purpose partner if you have not first partnered with your purpose, because oftentimes you're not attracting what you want. You really are attracting who you are until you work on the man or the woman in the mirror. That changes not just preference, but it moves you into purpose.
Now, I actually had that down. I wanted to talk about that, and I'll repeat that.
Yeah.
You can't expect a purpose partner if you haven't first partnered with your purpose. Let's kind of unpack that a little bit, because that's kind of heavy there, and it's saying a lot. When you talk about your purpose, as far as being in a relationship, what I'm hearing you say is that you have to know who you are before you can have an effective relationship. Part of knowing who you are is understanding your purpose. Expound on that a little bit, Dr. Connors.
Yeah, absolutely. This is something that we talk about in our Relationship Academy. More so, it comes from that place of you've got to really learn and know what it is that you were placed on this planet to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody has a gift. Everybody has a unique purpose and talent. Just because everybody may have written a book or launched a business, there's something that you provide that is a specific niche to your specific group or genre or clientele. When you're in the place of purpose, you're not needy, you're needed. And so many times people are looking for their purpose in a partner. Nobody's going to complete you. Only God does that. And so I think once you find yourself wrapped up in purpose, now you begin to, in many cases, reach or look for people who complement that purpose.
Yes.
Because now you're not looking for somebody just based on compatibility or chemistry, but now it's suitability. It's a helpmate. Because the thing is, purpose attracts purpose. I don't need you to necessarily do what I do specifically. I just need you to do what you do, because now you understand purpose and the aspect of vision and dreams and developing who it is that you are. Now you want to complement what I do.
Right.
So as I was saying, I don't think love is what sustains a relationship, much less a marriage. There's divorced people who love each other.
Yeah.
but they weren't necessarily in purpose. They just can't necessarily be together. And so now you have to love somebody from a distance, because sometimes people can be biohazards and blockades to your blessing if you're connected to the wrong individuals.
Right. And see, that's powerful what you're saying, because, I myself have been working on a book for a while, and you kind of make me feel bad. You got 12 books out there. I've been working on one for several months. But
you gonna have all of what I got in 12 in your one.
but one of the chapters talks about the power and benefit of having your purpose. And you said something really powerful when you talked about the fact that when you understand who you are and you understand your purpose, you don't necessarily look for validation or other people to complete you. That's also going to affect your choices, because I know that if I have a particular purpose, like myself, I enjoy communications, like, doing this program, public speaking and things of that nature. If I meet someone and they're not down with that, or when I have another speaking engagement coming up, you're always going out of town. Take me with you.
Right.
Or how long you going to be gone? When are you getting back? It's kind of a good way to determine maybe this isn't the best partner for me for what I'm trying to achieve in my life. So I think that's very powerful.
You preaching now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're on the
Yeah,
same
that's right.
page as far as that.
Yeah,
You
we
know, I
on the
love talking on relationships, and if
same.
you ever need me to join in and what you're doing now, just
Yeah.
let me know as far as what your relationship academy and finishing up. Talk a little about that. Exactly what is the relationship academy? Because I went to your website and there's a lot of good information and there's a membership in that. Just kind of give us a synopsis of what that relationship academy is about.
Absolutely. Our academy, we're really a focused a community, a family, a resource to really help people develop their skills, especially in those areas of love, leadership, leveraging your purpose, not just so much romantic or companionship, but really how to have build good relationships in business, in
Mm-hmm.
life, and family. Because as relationships go, so goes our community, so goes our family, so goes our world. And so we value collaboration over competition. We provide emotional support, especially through our Q&A discussions, through our master classes that we have. We meet at least once a week. We talk about all the whole aspects of relationships in general. We have our portal where people can come and connect to our empowerment videos. We just did a pop-up masterclass just the other day where we were focused on just developing ourselves and really finding success in singleness and mastering our relationships and walking in the whole aspect of what it is with our purpose. You know, we really are transparent. We're authentic. We are a safe space and a zone for individuals just to come and share what it is that is on their heart. And I just started it as an academy, but people have latched onto it and called it a family
Yeah.
because it is a place where, as you continue to hear these days, where the money resides, but it's a place where the love resides, where wisdom and knowledge and understanding for individuals really sustains and helps them to accelerate in all areas of their life for growth.
How can people find out more about what you're doing in Relationship and Academy and get in contact with you?
Absolutely. You know, in a time of being social distance, we've got to be socially connected. And I think this is a great community for you to partner with us. DrEddieAcademy.com. I love to say the revolution not only be televised, it'll be digitized. So just log on, DrEddieAcademy.com, and you can become a member there quick, fast, in a hurry, where you get personal teaching up close and personal insight that's going to really cause you to sustain your relationships and build healthy ones.
Excellent. Well, you know, Dr. Connors, sometimes I call you Dr. Eddie, sometimes Dr. Connors.
Yeah. Either one is fine. Either one.
But man, I mean, I really enjoyed, having this conversation with you. Like I said, you're doing some very positive things, and I'm excited about the leadership that you're bringing to, the National Entrepreneur Association, and anything that, I can help you with be of assistance with. Hey, just holler at me, brother, because you're doing some good things. And thank you for joining us on Member Spotlight. As I said, we get a chance to look at some of our brightest and most successful entrepreneurs, and you're definitely one of them. So thanks.
I appreciate you.
Hey, Van Allen here. Thanks for joining us. Visit us at nationalentrepreneurs.org. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.